Hello, duelists, and welcome to the King's Court. If this is your first time here on the channel, or if you're a returning viewer, hi, thanks for stopping by. Okay, here we have for you a match between me on the left, piloting my Yubel deck, and actually, this isn't really his first time on the channel, because he's actually usually in the, back, I guess you could say the background. On the right, channel member Miguel. He's piloting his Constellar deck. For anyone watching who played during that era, you probably have not heard Constellars mentioned probably in a very long time. Yes, okay, channel member Miguel has been on a sabbatical, hiatus, whatever term you want to use, from the game for a little while now. But recently, he's really wanted to start getting back into the game, so he decided to brush off his old Constellar deck, because this is the deck he would always play back in the day. So, basically, we're just having a practice game. So, I wanted to bring this here on the channel, and I'll be going through each turn bit by bit, giving, commentary, explaining certain moves, and probably even explaining what I would do differently next time. So, now that's over, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so, I just managed to play my Nightmare Throne, and now I'm going to use Gruesome Gravesclinger in my hand to destroy Spirit Yubel. I started this combo off with one of the pretty normally used Yubel combos. Use Samsara D Lotus, go into Spirit Yubel, and then go into use. I didn't use Nightmare Pain, but I did use Gruesome Gravesclinger to destroy Spirit Yubels, because that way I can special summon the original Yubel. And right now I'm basically just figuring out my next move, because I'm trying to not, because I'm going to be honest, I was a little nervous about the possible Nibiru or something. So I decided to link off Yubel and Gruesome Gravesclinger. That way I can get his Gravesclinger into the grave. And now I'm going to go into King Yemma. Luckily, he doesn't have Valor or Imperm or anything, so I'm good there. So I'm able to search out Unchained Shabara. So the combos are going through, but I'm still trying to be careful of that nib, because you got to be careful these days. Because let's be honest, the most recent ban list, we all know how pretty lackluster it was, and we all know Snake Eyes is still a thing. So I'm still a little hesitant, because I'm still worried because of Nibiru. Because right now, because of that, Nibiru is still really necessary to deal with those decks, but even though I know, I do know Channel Miguel was citing it, and I don't know if he was main decking it today or not, so I gotta be careful. So, basically, thanks to Mature Chronicle. Now, also really quick, I forgot to mention, I've said this before in other videos, this is a pure Yubel deck. There's no Fiendsmith engine. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's gonna try to lie. No, the Fiendsmith engine is very, very powerful, super powerful. And to be perfectly honest, anyone watching this, if you plan on playing a regionals or anything, you are much better off if you can afford it. If you can afford it, or if you already have it. If you're going to play Yubel, you are much better off playing that version of the deck. But I do not want to spend that much. I'm cool with waiting, honestly. I'm cool with waiting for either to become affordable or for, I don't know, it to get hit to oblivion. We'll see what happens. So yeah, this is still a pure Yubel deck, but it can still go. I'm not even going to lie. The pure Yubel deck can still go. But, again, you're better off using the Fiendsmiths if you got them. So, I managed to go into... shoot. It has such a long name in English, but I'll put a picture of it right here, because I'm probably going to mess up the name. Vendrus, the Final Destroyer? Sounds like a Godzilla name. But, so, I'm going to go into my monster, and Shelmer Miguel tried to use King Sarcophagus. Yeah, here's the thing. In this version of his Constellar deck, he's actually mixed it with the Horus engine. And that may seem a little if you played Constellars before, that may seem a little strange, but it weirdly goes. It can go. I'm not even joking. It really does work. So, he's managed to get another King Sarcophagus, and he managed to use one of the Horus cards, I'm not going to remember all their names, sorry, to discard to search it. And this card is also a Foolish Burial, so he's pretty much going off right now. So, because, unfortunately, I didn't draw any hand traps. Hey, what can you do, right? You can't always draw what you need. So, he's going off, basically. But I do, luckily, my Xyz monster is an Omni Negate. So, I can stop one of his cards, which is good for me. which is what I did do to his first King Sarcophagus. But unfortunately, it's a once per turn, so can't do it again. And even more unfortunately, it was the first card I negated. I mean, it was his first card he played, so there wasn't anything else to destroy, unfortunately. So his field is pretty empty. So now basically he's just trying to get rid of my stuff, but also trying to build up his own field. So basically now he's just trying to set up his graveyard because again the Horus engine is a really good engine. I feel like it's not getting as much play right now. Although then again, unless it's like mixed with Fiendsmith, right now everything's playing that. So I guess that's why you don't really hear a lot from the Horus engine these days. So he's gonna go and summon hit one of his monsters. And now he's got two of them, and he can also use this ability of one of them it'll be able to send one of my monsters to the graveyard, which is actually a pretty good thing to do against Yubel, since Yubel gets their effects from being destroyed. So because they're being sent, they won't get the effects off. So it's going to send my monster, and because it wasn't destroyed, it was sent, I don't get the ability to destroy anything. Dang. Although, oh well, what can you do? So although he already attacks, so now my Shavara is attacked over. Now this is good because Shavara was destroyed by battle. So now again, really sorry if this isn't you can't see my grave. Sorry about that. Again, we were at the edge of the table, so I'm gonna go in. I actually use King Yema's effect since Shavara was destroyed. I can use King Yema, banish it, and special summon back a fiend from the grave, and I bring back the original Yubel. Because now that Yubel is out in the field, he has to attack into it thanks to my Nightmare Pain. But he uses his Dingirsu to get rid of Yubel, which is good, which is okay, because now I can use my Nightmare Throne and Yubel's because he uses monster to send Yubel to the grave. I can still though use Nightmare Pain to basically special summon Yubel Terra Incarnate. So I'm actually sitting pretty good now. Basically, I'm going to use Mature Chronicle. I'm double reading, Yu-Gi-Oh players that we can't read. But I'm just double checking to make sure I remember which counters I got to pay. So I paid 2 in order to get back a banished card. Which is good because he actually banished my Yubel. So I'm good because as soon as he destroyed it, he called by the grave did. Dang. So I'm now gonna use one of my cards. I use Gruesome Grave Screamer to special summon back the original Yubel. Basically, I'm just going off right now because I used Muckracker's effect, discard a card to bring back Spirit Yubel. So I'm now gonna use from my hand. Let's see. Not from my hand. I'm gonna use Nightmare Pain's effect to destroy Yubel Terra Incarnate to search out Eternal Favorite, just in case something happens to my field. But that way, if during his turn, I could just basically fuse off all his monsters. So I'm going to still. But here's the thing: because Nightmare Pain destroyed Yubel Terra Incarnate, I can still special summon Yubel Ultimate Nightmare. Now, I know not a lot of people are playing this card, but it's okay. I tech it's in still to mess with my opponents at my locals because they're all used to the more streamlined Yubel decks, and they know that most people cut it, so they're usually not expecting Ultimate Nightmare. So I mostly do is troll my opponents at my locals. It's pretty funny. So I managed to get game 1, and now we're into game 2. So he starts off with one of his monsters. I actually impermed it, so that's good. But now he's going to use King Sarcophagus to try to set up his grave. Again, it feels so cool seeing these because these are actually the same. All his Constellar cards are DT. The dude was like obsessed with DT cards back in the day. He got all of every card he could get back then that came DT. He got it. So it's cool seeing these because you can't really tell from here. Sorry for that angle, but that's all his Constellar monsters. If you see them, are DT. This is crazy seeing that again. So. He's going to use King Sarcophagus, use the Horus cards, go into this monster, and special summon out. Let's see. Yep, knew it. Oh man, it's been so long since I've seen this. This card used to be like a mainstay for a lot of decks, especially ones that could go rank 8. But I forgot its name. But basically, it can steal one of my spell cards. So basically, I gotta be careful. So I'm going to use Dark Beckoning Beast. Because in my hand, I actually opened up Terraforming. So I'm going to try to bait out his monster, basically. I'm going to go in and search, obviously, the one of Spirit Gates. I still can't believe this is the only card they hit for the deck, honestly. So they're gonna eat up Spirit Gates, which is good for me because that's a once per turn. Because now I can use my terraforming to search out my Nightmare Throne. So basically, it's just like in Heroes when anyone who plays Heroes watching this, we've all done this. You play a hero lives to try to bait out your opponent's Ash Blossom, and then if they do, you just play another Stratos. It's or Vion or something. It's hilarious. So it's actually kind of like that. So I'm gonna use my Nightmare Throne to search out Samsara D Lotus, and basically from here I'm still a little worried though because I want to be careful he doesn't have like Imperm, Valor, Ash or something because I gotta be careful. But I am going to try to basically start doing Yubel things because now that I got D Lotus, I'm going to use D Lotus's effect, tribute itself to summon a Yubel monster. I'm going to go into Spirit of Yubel, and next to Spirit of Yubel, I'll add a Yubel Sparrow Trap card. Most likely, if I didn't already open it, Nightmare Pain. Although, I'm going to be honest, there have been times, since again, this is a pure Yubel version of the deck, I do play 3 Nightmare Pain. And as sometimes I do open it up, so that's why I've been taking in the Mature Chronicle, and it's actually doing pretty well. So, Nightmare Pain, Tribute to Spirit of Yubel, and thanks to Spirit of Yubel, I'll be able to summon the original, and now I can also add a card to my hand, thanks to Nightmare Pain. And my opponents are forced to attack only Yubel monsters, and they'll also take damage. Like, technically, basically, a double Magic Cylinder effect in a way. So, I'm sitting in a pretty good position, actually. So, I have the original Yubel, Dark Beckoning Beast, Nightmare Pain, and I'm going to use Gruesome Grave Screamer. Destroy Yubel, and now build 7 Yubel Terra Incarnate from the deck. And if I remember right, I'm just going to link off Dark Beckoning Beast and my Gruesome Grave Screamer to go into King Yama again. Every time I say, I know it's not technically called King Yama, but I don't know. It's just a funny joke that me and my friends at locals accidentally started. Okay, so cool. Now I'll be able to search out Shavara, and I can still just keep going, honestly. All right, let's see. Yep, Shavara. I gotta get the super of this card. I mean, it's a 1-of, so why not, right? Was it super or ultra? Anyone watching this, let me know in the comments, because I'm probably gonna forget. All right, let's see. Yep. I'm gonna use the effect of Gruesome Grave Screamer, banish it from the grave, to special summon back Yubel. So now I got Terran. I actually wanted to try ending with all 3 on the field, but I pretty much got a game right here because he'll take all the damage, and thanks to Nightmare Pain, he'll take the extra damage, and I got it right there. So, GG, and I managed to get it. It was a really good game, and it was cool seeing my friend bust out the Constellars. It's so nostalgic. I haven't seen that deck in forever. He is working on new decks, so if you want to see him do any deck profiles or anything on the channel, or see him getting more gameplay with the future decks he's working on, he wants to build Synchron because he's a huge 5Ds fan, and he also wants to build Ritual Beast. So if you want to see any of those, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good week. Take care. Bye.